Hi everyone, it's Susan here. And this morning I was going to have a little play. I'll explain what I'm going to be doing. And what I wanted to show you is how many different types of um, foils I have, some of which, some are really, these are all hot foil, not toner foil. So I've got loads of different ones. Some I bought as toner foils and found they weren't. It doesn't matter. So I've got loads and loads of different beautiful foils. Some came with Todo. I think they were Todo. I've got some different types of gold font. The backing is all different. If you see this one, maybe that one, they're different backings. So I don't know which of these, it says not Todo for tape, but it might be good in, so that, again, that's not good. It tells me that I've tried it and it's not good for hot foiling. I've got these. So what I decided to do is have a little play, see what they do. Then I cut a piece and I'm going to do a notebook telling me what the best way of using that particular foil, which I'll name, or put a name to. So here you go. It's not good for, it works nice on toner if it's a full toner, but it's not good for toner because it will go like so. It's not one that you can put through a laminator, but I'm going to test them using my Glimmer Machine. Now, some of these I had for years and years because I started foiling a lot before the time when people were saying, oh, this got some that I need to avoid using. Some people, I've started doing some foiling before the time when we had the Glimmer Machine and the Go Press and foil and the different Crafts foiling. A lot of them came from professional foilers, so press companies. So I'm gonna have a go at testing out whether I can use them with my Glimmer Machine and establish what is best and what I can use them for. So that is what I'm gonna be doing this morning. Now it might be a bit of a long video, but I've decided I'm gonna have some play, and you need to play because there are different factors. When you don't get a really nice foil using the hot plate or whichever system you're going to use, the reason for it may be the paper you're using. It may be the foil you are using. So what I'm going to do today is have a good play with all the things that I still have to test to see what would work best and whether we need a shim, whether you just need to enjoy and this works straight away. I also have, and I found a way of using them with foiling, these dies. I think they were Spellbinders. They are meant to cut and letter press the word into the text. But I found a way of using them with my foiling as well. So that could be something I would do. Maybe, I'm not sure whether on this video or not, but it could be something I'll have a play with. But for what I want to do today, I'm going to use a hot foil plain plate. Now this is a bit of a small one. I bought this from Spellbinders. For me, this is a little bit too small. So I might go and try to find a larger one. I think some people were naming some plates that could be larger. I'm going to have a look at some of my plates that I have in my box, and I'm going to have a play to see what foil goes well with which one. Okay? At the moment, my machine is getting warm. It takes about 5 or so minutes to warm up. So while I am talking to you, I'm preparing my machine. It is getting warm. I've got loads of plates. Now these plates, let's get rid of these pieces. I cut any pieces like that off because I find that sometimes it could mark your paper, the side over, foil it as well. If I do that, I know it's not gonna make any difference to my foiling. Some of these dies were given to me, some I bought. They are unbranded. And you know what? Some people tell you don't use unbranded plates and stuff. I'm not affiliated with anyone. So even if I use branded ones, I don't tend to necessarily name any of the brands because it wouldn't be fair, as I'm not associated with any of them. But I'm going to have a good play. I've got some old plates there. I'll have a look and we'll have a play with them. I use this and I don't mind it. When I saw it, I was disappointed that it was a bit too small. However, look, if I make a design from that, and then I use this size to do the opposite, the waist, it works well because if you then cut it, you can create a mat and layer and you can see the bottom one on top of the top one. So for instance, one of my sessions with my ladies this week, I was showing them how to use the dies to foil. I have a little bit of overfoiling there, but I was just showing them that they can use their dies as well. This plate came really nice when I foiled it. You can see the colors there. Look how beautiful that turned out. I really, really like that. And then what I did, I took the same piece of waist and I managed to get out that one. Now, it's not perfect. There are a couple of places when they're in your hand, you can see a couple of places where it's sort of underfoiled a little. But you know what? I'm sure that if I made a card, cut that, put it on top of that, made a card with it, put thank you on it. I keep thank you cards in my handbag all the time. So when I'm out, somebody does something nice to me, I'll easily go, oh, you know what? I'll give them a card. They've been good. It could be a nurse. It could be somebody in a restaurant. So if anybody was helpful towards me, that's when I think, you know what? I'm going to help out and show them. So I'm going to start with one of these plates. Let's see. Let's try this one. I don't think I've tried this yet. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. But remember, I'm not only going to be testing the plate, I'm going to be testing the paper I'm going to use, and I'm going to be testing, and I've got some paper that are, what do we call them, scrap pieces, which I might use here as well, because it doesn't matter. What you do, first thing is, take your piece of foil. So let me cut a bit of foil. Try to keep one scissors for just foiling. Good scissors for foiling. I even got a Spellbinders cutting mat. I'm going to try this. Now, there is a chance it's a little bit scratched, so it might come onto my design, but we'll see. I'm going to place it there. I'm just testing it out at the moment. Actually, you know what? I've got loads. Let's cut another bit. I know people would say don't waste, and yes, if you bought it expensive and you've got a little, you don't want to waste. I'm not telling you I'm wasting, but if I'm going to show you, I want to do it good. I'm going to place that there, like so. And I'm going to get a piece of card. So let's quickly cut a piece of card that I can then use to foil. do A6 size or something like that. Doesn't really matter because I'm testing the paper as well as I'm going to get 4 pieces out of an A4. I'm going to place my piece of card. This is about 250, 300 GSM. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place that on top of my foil there. I'm going to close it. And it's already warm. So it's telling me that it's already warm. I'm going to keep it at just a teensy bit more. And I'm going to bring in my big shot. So the next step, let's get these out of the way. I'm going to take this gently out. And I'm going to pass it through my big shot. You need to pass it slowly. That's one thing. And then come back slowly out. And what I tend to do when I get it out, I'll just put it back into the system so it starts warming up again, and I'll be ready for the next bit. Now, this is the part I like. When I'm testing out my foils, when I'm testing out my plate, I like to see this part, the reveal, I call it. So when you look at it there, I might have a little bit of over foiling, but we'll see when we get it out. So let's have a look. This is normal card. I'll try to see if there's a name on the card I'm using, because usually I use photo card. I've got a little bit of overfoiling on the side here, right? Which I'm sure if I use a little bit of a rubber, I can easily get that foil off, no problem. But on the whole, look at that. It's looking quite good. Not perfect, as I say, I've got a little bit of overfoiling. But then again, if I'm just doing a thank you card to give to someone, I'm sure they're not going to say, you know what, Susan, you did that, you didn't do it perfect, I don't like the card. They'll appreciate the fact that I've made a little card saying thank you for them for whatever reason it may be. And that's holographic. And can you see how beautiful that turned out? Little bit of foiling on the side, as I said, which I will use a rubber. I've got a rubber, and I want to get one of those electric ones, or battery operated, that you scratch off any excess foil. I'll have a look. But on the whole, I think that was a good run. So that foil I would love to use with my my normal card. This card that I've got here, this I bought from Amazon. Let's see, I don't think there's a name on it. They came in a pack. It says 250 GSM or 300 GSM when I bought it. So it's not branded, but can you see how nice that turned out? So I'm very happy with how that one turned out. I'm going to do another one. But I'm going to use a different foil. Firstly, to test, and then I'll change the plate and see if I can get some from the waste. Okay, so again, the nice foil, the nice color side needs to kiss the nice dye end. So I'm going to place it just like so. Then I need a piece of my card. Let's get this edge off it. I'll put an edge on one of them. That will work. I'm going to place that there. I'm just interested in seeing how the foil reacts to this paper, how it reacts to this heat. It's quite hot actually. So I'm going to try and see how this is all going to turn out. Give it a second. I mean, I don't really need to wait a minute there because I can feel it. It's quite hot. Very hot. Because I kept it from the previous run. And in fact, I'm going to take it out. I'm not going to wait a whole minute because I know it is hot enough. You can feel it. And I'm going to go through. And you can feel, I don't think that I need a shim on this plate. If I put a shim, I think I'll get over foiling. Come out. Again, I'm going to straighten. And I'm going to take it out. And there you go. Look, it looks beautiful. Don't know whether I'm going to get over foiling again. So I'll just give it a little swish. And you can see it all comes off quite nicely. On the edges, I have a bit more over foiling on this one. And again, it's towards the bottom. Here, look, I've got a little bit there. And a little bit here. But on the whole, again, I mean, if I was to cut it and create or put any flowers on it or a thank you, it will hide that little bit of imperfection that I've got. So it's not a throwaway waste. Turned out okay, but it's not perfect. So I think if I was in the club, the Snob Club, which is where they teach you to do a lot of different kind of foiling, it's an American group, I think, I'm not sure. They probably wouldn't like that. And I can understand why. But for me, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not good. It's not that bad. I've got a little bit of overfoiling. I don't know whether you can see it on the side. And that is what I'm going to try to avoid. So I'm going to do another one. Now again, I'll leave these on the side because I'm going to try to use the negative side or the waste side and see what I come up with. I've got another piece and I'm going to try it again. I'm going to use the same foil because I want to see if it's the foil or whether it's my I think it's the thickness of the paper, you know. I think if I do a little bit less thick paper, this is more, I think this might be slightly more than 300 because my printer takes 300 GSM, but this paper doesn't seem to be taking well by my printer. So that's why I'm trying to find a use for it. If I can use it on foil, I'd use it on foil for foiling because otherwise I can't print really on it. It's too thick for printing. So I'm going to have a go at seeing if I can do something with it here. Again, my plates are very hot. So if I leave it just half a minute, I think would be enough. I'm going to take it out. You're supposed to wait a minute. But I'm going to, it's quite hot, so I can feel it rather hot. I don't think I need to wait that long. I'm just going to pass it once this time. I'm going to keep going outwards. because it might be, that's why when I went back, that's when I had my overfoiling. I just took it out. I'm going to place it there. And in a minute, I'll leave it there for a second. I'll try it again. I'm going to try some of my nice gold. Some of them I don't. Ooh, I just found that one. Look how beautiful that one is. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to place a piece of foil on there. I'm going to put one of my cards on there. And again, I'm going to put it in. Wait a little. It's not as hot as it was. It's still hot. Once it lights up, I'll do the minute and we'll pass it through. In the meantime, while all that is going on, I'm going to see what happened with this one. Oh, wow. You see, I only passed it once, and I hardly have any overfoiling. Look how beautiful that turned out. Got a tiny bit of overfoiling on this side, but most of it, look, I'd be happy to turn that into a card anytime. I mean, they're really, really nice foiled. And what I might do if I see that I'm not using all these foils, there is a group that I'm a part of, and they do scrap crafting with scraps. And what I will do is I'll probably keep a group like that and send them to someone, because it's not going to be that expensive to send them over. I mean, at the moment, I'm only interested in trying out my foils and see the results I get with them. Again, just a tiny bit of overfoiling, but you know what? For a first run and trying the paper and trying also the foil itself, I think they look amazing. Once this stops, because that's what I should be doing, waiting. Now, another thing, I had some red. And the red I had was bought as toner ink. I've got two reds now. One is in the toner box. And I think I mixed them up, and I don't anymore know which is the toner one and which is the one for hot foil. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get both out, and I'll try them. If it's toner, it wouldn't work on here. If it's not toner, it might work. So I'm going to test them out as well. I'd love to have some red. I haven't got any red apart from these two. One I know is toner, one is, I'm not sure. So I'll test them out and see what happens. Because of the card and being so thick, I'm only going to go through my machine once so that it won't overfoil, or hopefully won't overfoil. It looks like it's been taken to it. So I'm going to stop there with this particular die for now. And I'm going to bring in my little plate. Now this is smaller, but it doesn't matter. I'll buy a bigger one. I might even try buying this. I think this is a Spellbinder one. Don't know if there's a bigger one, Spellbinders, but this seems to be very small for my liking. Okay? So if you want a bigger one, be careful about the size when you do go and buy them. I'm going to place my foil on top of it like so. The good thing is you can see where it is, so you can set it how you like. And now I'm going to get my plate. Let me quickly cut a few pieces of card. They might not be the same size, but it does not matter because I'm only using them to test. I just need a couple of pieces cut out. I just needed a few pieces cut out so I can test them out. I'm going to put this very thick card. It must be at least 300 GSM. I'm going to place it there, close it, put it in, and wait a little. Now, next time, I'm going to try this. Now, that's on complete foil, and it says toner, but I'm not sure whether it works with toner foil. What I mean is, you can use any of these with toner if the toner sheet was full of toner. It'll stick to it. And you can then die cut it and do whatever. But you can't do a sentiment where the foil just sticks to the sentiment, right? If it's not toner foil. Toner foil is full. I'm going to try a couple of these to see what they are like. Now let's reveal this one. I think it's gone cold. And oh goodness, that is so pretty. Look, in the light, you can see how it catches that light. That is really, really pretty. I mean, it's nothing like when you see it in your hand. It doesn't look the same on the camera, but trust me, it is really, really nice, and it turned out beautiful. I'll try to do another video on another day, whereby I will then try to turn those into a card, because I think some people would do it and say, hey, what am I going to do with them? So I'll do a few cards to show you what you can do with your pieces of experiments that you do. But it's fun. I mean, sometimes on a Sunday, well, every Sunday, I do what we call the Chit Chat Sunday class. It's not a proper class, but sometimes I say we're making a card. Sometimes I say, them ladies, we're going to foil. And I got everyone. I had most of the people on my class last Sunday had the foiling machine in a box on a shelf for the past 3-4 years and did not even get it out to see what it does. So my mission in life is to get people, my ladies, call them my ladies, to use what they bought. I don't tell them go and buy this as a new product. I tend to tell them, sometimes I do say I bought a product and they all go and buy it. That's fine. But I try to get them to use the actual things they bought because they saw them and thought they were wonderful and never got them out of the box. Or they were given gifts and they never got them out of the box. So that's what I am aiming to do. Okay? So I went through once. Because of the type of die it is, I'm going to go through again. Now I want it all to foil through. It's the plate I've got. Stick it in because I'm going to do the rest. And see what I get. Now I leave it a minute to cool down. I'm going to place that there. And again, a piece of card. Takes a minute. We'll pass it through. Then I'll try these two. Do them. See what I get. Because I think they will be really nice when they're done. I hope, anyway. If they're under foil, I don't think they will be under foil. The reason for that is the card is very thick. The plate is a lot thicker. So when I passed it through, it felt that there was a good contact between my rollers, and the sandwich I've got. So I think they would turn out okay. we'll have a look in a minute, and then I'll try these red ones. I tried two of them, both of them, so I'll see what kind of foil that is. Then if it is a toner foil, it goes back in the toner box. And if it is a normal hot foil red, it will go in the hot foil red. Okay, that's ready. And again, whoa, I moved it, but oh, I might have moved this one accidentally. That's done. We'll see in a second how it turns out. If it goes wrong, this one, that's my fault. But we don't know yet, so I'm going to just place it on the side there. I'm going to take my other piece. I've got 4 pieces. Once the blade or the foil is hot and warm, I tend to try to use the same plate while it's hot. Not take it off, do my foil. Then I take it off to do the plate, and then put it on to do another one. I try to hold them ready to go. So I'll do 4 from a plate, then I do 4 for the waist, like. Then we'll change the plate and try another one. I think I mean, I could sit here. I don't know whether you really want to sit with me all morning or on a really long video doing this, but for those of you that do enjoy seeing what I'm doing, you can fast forward if it's not a part you want to see. But you know what? I find that when I do these during a lesson, I'm usually a bit worried. I'll reveal them all when I'm finished. Worried that my ladies are getting poor listening. But you know what? They say, oh, no, we really enjoyed that, Susan. I'm going to try something else later as well. Now I've got some overfoiling and some is how it should be. I've tried doing it with an embossing folder. And one of them, I even then embossed it, so it came debossed, which was all right. Look, you can see it at the back. It came nice, but I've got some overfoiling in it, so I might try again to see if I can get a better result. Maybe using this card, these papers. Seems to be working quite nicely. And I'm glad because I bought about 2 packs of this paper, but I think it's a little bit over 300 GSM because my printer picks up 300 GSM nicely, but could not pick up this card. So I think it might be a little bit more. That's another one. And last but not least, I've got the first one we did. So again, I'm going to place it somewhere like so. I'm going to place my paper like so. Close, hot foil. And then I'll put it aside with another different plate. I might either do the heart one or might do this one, and we'll see what we get. But I want to try the red. I might do the hearts one with the red. I just want to test the red. Let's do the hearts one. This is quite hot. I don't really need to wait all the while, but let's do it how I'm supposed to do it. Don't usually conform to all the rules. I've got loads of different golds, which I'd love to try because they are different and they react differently. Not all foils are the same, although they seem to be the same. When you look at them, they don't necessarily mean that they react the same to the heat we have, to the paper we got. That's done. I'm going to leave it out a little, and I'm going to get it off and leave. Oh, look at that. Oh, I've got a little line there. I don't know what it is. But oh, it's where the plate was, I think. We'll see. We'll see when we lift it out. I'm going to bring in another one. I'm going to place this on, like so. I'm going to get a piece of this red one, the one that doesn't say toner on it. I want to test it. I'm going to go with a bit of red. I've not had luck with red in the past, so I'm not sure. Let's get a bit more out, because if it is a bit like that, I can test it on some of the sentiments I have. I've got some small sentiments, which is lovely. I'm going to place it there. I'm going to place a bit of card there. I'm going to close it. We're going to put it in and we'll wait. Now, while that's happening, I'm going to start revealing the pieces that I did from the waist. I've got a little bit of underfoiling, so a shim or maybe passing it back through would have been nice. But you know what? If that goes on top, so I cut it, put it on top of that one, which is similar, and then put a nice thank you in color on top of it. I've got a lovely big thank you. Nobody's going to see that, but that will be fine. But you can see I might need a little shim there. Let's try this one. What happened with this one? Now this, again, I've got a tiny wincy bit of underfoiling, so I might need a little shim, not a thick one, just a little shim. But can you see how beautiful? On the whole, that turned out. I mean, if you really want to be picky, I've got a little bit of underfoiling. Okay, even here, look. But you know what? It's crafting. I'll enjoy it. It's not one that you say, oh, this is going to go to the bin. I had some of them as well. And every time you test, it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. I've done a lot of foiling in my time, but it doesn't mean, look, I've got underfoiling here. Now that I might not be able to use this one, right? Although, if I wanted to, what I can do, and I'll show you because I'm not going to use that as it is. I can go like so. Or I could use a die that cuts like a border die. So that's cut there. That's the bit I'm not going to use for sure. That's going to go there. And if I see that it doesn't work, it's only a piece of card, I say. I always say to my ladies, please don't worry about it going wrong. It's only a piece of card at the end of the day. So, what can I use this for? That can go and match up with one of these, and you lift it up. You can place it on your card as part of your design and then have some real flowers attached to it. Or I'm not liking, mind you, I can cut a sentiment like thank you from it and it will be used as well. Now, we'll see. When I come to do some cards, I'm not going to throw it away. Although I did not like that one, how it turned out. Let's have a look. I've got another one here. Did I do 4? Now that's been done quite nicely. I still, you can see it. I've still got a little bit of underfoiling, but you know, because this is shiny, holographic, it does not really show. So again, look, that can nicely go on top of that, or as part of the design with that, and they are very, very nice. But I should have tried either coming back out. So when I do this one, I might go in and back out and see what happens when I do the foil. Let's have a look. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go once to start with, just in case, because I don't want over foiling. I've not used this red foil before in this machine. Haven't got a clue whether it is any good foil for this or whether it's toner foil. That's what I'm trying to find out. Something did go through. Let's give it a good. I can't pass it again because I took it off. But look, now it's not right. Something's not right with that foil. I might try it on another one. I've got over foiling, under foiling. It's not good. And in fact, I'm not even going to use that piece. I'm going to try it again on the other side. Maybe I'll try it with a different, I'm going to try a different plate. Just in case it's the plate, it's not giving me what I'm after. Now I know this plate works beautifully. It's a peony. It's thanks to one of my ladies who accidentally bought 2 and decided to give 1 to me, which I thought was very nice of her. But it looks like this might be toner foil. I'm not sure. When I do the toner session or video, I will make sure I will also use this one to test it, okay? My cat, if you can hear her, is seeing something in our garden, so she's deciding they shouldn't be in there. I'm gonna place that there. That's on. I'm gonna see what happens. If I see that I don't get a nice result with this, I'll try it for the last time as well, because I don't like giving up. It might not be the, it might be the paper, but the paper was working well with the other stuff. So I'm not sure. So what I might do is try a piece of shiny paper, see whether that makes a difference. Whether that would make a difference. Let's have a look. And then I'll try this now. I've marked that as toner, but it's a full toner. So I don't think it's a proper toner one. So I'm gonna try it on that one too. And then when we do toner, I will try using the red ones as well to make sure. Now that's a different background. I'm gonna try it. And see what happens. You can only try. And I mean, at the end of the day, piece of toner foil, piece of paper, if it's wasted, it's not gonna all of a sudden distash my craft room because I've got too many things. So it only gives me a little space to put something else in. Never mind. sorry, I have a cold and sometimes I feel funny talking, but there you go. I'm trying to do my best to keep going with what I normally do. If the red doesn't work, they go in the toner box and we'll have a look and see what we do with them at a later date. There it goes. So I'm going to go through once and I'm going to go back out. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this one because, as I say, this foil, I've never had any luck with them. Not even on the toner. So I think I bought it as a toner foil, but I'm not sure what happens here. So let's have a look. I got to oh, you know what I've done, silly girl? It would have been brilliant. I can see what I'm left with. I did it on the side where I did the hearts before. So they look as if it's over foil. I'm going to do it again because it looks like it would have worked. But somehow, I somehow put the paper the wrong way around. That's my fault, not yours. Sorry having waited for nothing really. But we can only try it again. And that goes there. Ah, that's what I was meant to do. Place it on. Only going to take a minute. We've got the sun here. They told us we're going to have snow today, but we've got the sun. Brilliant. They both start with S, so that's fine. We forgive them. If they said it was going to be sunny and we had snow, then I won't forgive them that easily. I hope it works, because if it works, then at least I've got that foil. I know I can use it for something, because it was not working with the toner foil. But I'll try it with toner as well, just in case, to see which is best for it. But that one, look. You see, I had a little bit of underfoiling and overfoiling, but you see, it's quite a nice design. And I can try it with my flat plate. I'm going to put it through. And again, I'm going to go only once, but slowly. Did I do it once or twice earlier? Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to come back out. If I get over foiling, might be my fault. We'll see. I can't see what's going to happen, so let's put it there. I'm going to try the other foil. I didn't do it big enough, but it does not matter because I just want to see how this foils. Whether it's toner or not, that's what my interest is. Is this toner or hot foil? I'm not sure. But only you test and you'll find out. It either works or it doesn't. 50-50. There's no in between. It either works or it doesn't. If it doesn't, you know it's toner foil. If it works, you know it's hot foil. Look at that. Again, not perfect. But if I make a thank you card for someone, they're not going to find me and say, you know what, Susan, you had a bit of overfoiling there. But look, it looks quite good. I know there's the sun, but it's quite nice. As I say, not 100% perfect. If I was making a card and selling it, I would not want to use that because it's got a little bit of imperfections on it. But if I'm going to give it to a relative to say thank you for something they did for me, for going shopping for me, or whatever it is, then I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I wish I had relatives who could do something like that for me. Right? So there you go. I think that worked quite nicely. The red shine from it is absolutely gorgeous. Let's try this other one. I'm not sure whether this would actually catch to it or not, so I'm having a go to see. I will stop the video here because otherwise it's going to be too long to upload or to do anything with. But you know what? Once it's done, I'll be doing some more because I'm going to be playing. So I'll do some more where you can see different techniques I'm going to use. On the next one, I might use some normal dies as well. I'll see. I'm not sure yet, but there is a trick I've seen from one lady on the internet. Sorry, I did not keep her name because I was watching it on the bed and thought that's a good idea. I tried it myself and it worked. So I will show her idea, not my idea. And if I manage to find who it was, I will again mention, I will put a link or mention down below who it was that I've seen them do. It was an accident she did that made the lines on normal dies a bit thicker. So I thought, well, brilliant idea, I'll have a go myself. I tried a couple of different ways, found my way, which one would work best for me, and I will then pass that information to all of you. But we all learn from each other. I'm not saying any of this is my idea. It's not. When it was my idea, when I did something and it was my idea, I say this is my idea, but it's not. They're just how we use them. And there you go. Can you see how, although there's the design, none of that foil went on? That tells me that this, as I rightly marked it, is a toner foil. So I'll look forward to using this with my toner to find out whether it does work with toner. If not, that is one that I've got no use for. Mind you, you can always use double-sided tape, whatever, to do something like that. Right, so before I finish, I'm just going to try that red piece, those two red pieces I've got, through here. Now, if I can see a bit where it's nicer, that's it, that's done. I'm going to place it there. Let's see how this would turn out. Just want to see what comes out. Because as I said, red is not my favorite color. It's my favorite color, but it's not my favorite foil to use because I never get a good result from it. Now we'll see how that goes. Once I finish these two pieces, I will wrap this video up and I will place it for everyone to find on YouTube. If you do like me to show you more and more foiling, toner foiling, crafting, I do loads of different things, please do give me a thumbs up. That will tell me that people are interested in what I have to show you, and this will give me the encouragement to continue and do more. If not, they'll just go into my class lessons, and I'm sure my ladies love watching them. Right, I'm going to just take that through. It's very much appreciated to see people like just to watch what we do. But not just me, everybody that does these sessions on YouTube for everyone. They do take a long time. They do take some thought. So it would be nice for someone to just say, well, you know what? I enjoyed that. I'll leave a thumbs up. So thank you in advance. And please remember to subscribe. So that's my second one. And it seems to have done a better job than my other foil. I'm going to place that there. And again, place it somewhere where you see the best you can from that bit you've got. You can see where it is. Place your card. I'm going to try a different card this time. The photo paper. See how that would work with that. Just a little test there. I had a lot of small photo papers, and to be honest, nobody uses them anymore. So I was going to throw them away. Then I found out, you know what? I've got a bit of underfoiling there. I thought, you know what? I'm going to use these. I think they will be great for foiling, and it did work. That has a little bit of underfoiling, but again, thanks on top. I would prefer it without the underfoil. I can see I've got a little bit there, but that's how that turned out. Last one, and we'll wrap it up. Gives me no pleasure than to spend time with my ladies and yourselves when I am doing a recording for you to show you what you can do. Some people think it's difficult. It's not difficult. It's just you have to be ready for it to go wrong. And if it does go wrong, so what? You just set it up again, try a different method, add a shim, and eventually you get so into it that, I mean, even us, I've done a lot of foiling, good and bad, and, you know, sometimes even for us, it takes a little bit of time to get it right. And when that happens, it happens. Gonna try this. Looks like a lot better. Look at this. I've done this on. Whoa! Look at how that turned out. I'll show you how you know whether you had underfoiling or overfoiling. Beautiful. Look how nice that turned out. The difference, firstly, if you see this, there isn't any bits left on that transparent area. So you know that it's done a good job. That's one. Secondly, this had the underfoiling. Straight away, one pass. This has no underfoiling. Can you see the difference? Well, you can see the difference if you wanted to really see the difference. That's the same design. Look, I've got underfoiling here, no underfoiling there. What's the difference between them? That is plain white card. That is a shiny photo paper. So if in your stash, somewhere in those drawers, you have some photo paper that you thought, well, when will I ever use? I won't use these. They're small. They're not good. Never use them. Get them out. Find out where they are. Bring them out because you get some really nice foiling on photo paper. Now, not all photo paper works. I'll explain quickly before we finish. I've got these photo papers. See it? White. And I've got this yellowy photo paper. They're different bakes. I don't know who did these, but these were HP Advanced. Now on these, it works absolutely gorgeous. I get a good result every time. On this, I don't always get the intended result. Not bad, but not as good as I get it on here. So sometimes I use the smaller ones because I feel I get a better result. So for now, hope you enjoyed. I'm going to stop there and I'll see you shortly with another video.